Good morning to all my fellow Americans. My name is Eduardo Rodriguez, here once again to inform on what's happening, not only in Cuba, but in the United States, which is similar to what's happening in Cuba. That's the reason why I'm doing this in English. I hope my fellow friends in Cuba understand that, so the people in the United States and around the world, or a lot of places where they speak English, they need to know what's happening in Cuba, because there's a lot of ignorance. And this is the reason why I'm doing this in English and not in Spanish. Yesterday I was listening to a representative of Minin. Minin in Cuba is more or less an equal of the FBI here in the States. Where its spokesman and director, like Biden here, spilling out lies from right to left as if true, that under their constitution, I'm talking about the constitution in Cuba, the communist constitution, which has been altered to appear like there's freedom, but there is no freedom. Under their constitution, everybody had rights to freedom of all sorts, which we all know is a crock of lies under communism, including Biden and staff here. Talking about Biden's staff, Pelosi went to Rome to receive the Holy Communion. Oh my God. Wow. This lady, she's just a walking sewer. It seems that in the Vatican they don't know who Pelosi really is, because if they knew, they wouldn't probably even let her step on our Vatican soil. And like I wrote down here, they don't know her very well and her support for aborting a breathing, living human. I have to write things down because I tend to forget a lot what I'm going to say. And it's a point of, I got maybe Alzheimer or suffering, just a bit. So I got to write down everything. Or I'm in a stage or something, because I'm starting to forget a lot of words, a lot of meanings. Something that is tragic, which will soon be repeating itself in the U.S. In Cuba, children can't go to school because they have no breakfast to eat. A very important meal, which is breakfast. They're lacking the breakfast, and many of the children are not going to school because they just can't. They don't have the strength. They're going to fall asleep. They're going to suffer from anemia, or they might black out or something during the teaching of the class. Under Biden's imposing communist mandates and policies, with millions of illegals crossing our borders, the devaluation of our currency and food processing plants mysteriously burning up, while Muslims and communists are in charge, that's what's happening in Cuba will most likely happen here soon. And the same thing. It's the same thing. Children without food for breakfast. Here, babies without formula. Producing plants producing food in Arizona, Virginia, and other parts of the state, California, burning up. Why? What's happening? I mean, and it's all just suddenly. I mean, it's not years ago. It's just it's this year. What are the communists in Biden's administration planning? They're planning the same thing that happened in the ex-Soviet Union under Stalin, where they murdered people by starvation, millions of people, millions, I'm talking about millions. And it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We need to reserve. I wouldn't even talk about precious metals because if there's no food, what you going to do with the precious metals? What you going to buy? Because if there's no plans to process and everything is under the hands of the government, which we all know is going to destroy everything. Because they don't know how to produce. Only people that have talent to produce are the people going to produce. And they're trying to eliminate that possibility. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So what I suggest is you reserve food. All the food you can, and when you run out, well, God, help me or take me as quick as you can. Because unfortunately, it's eventually going to happen. And like I wrote down here, it will be on purpose in the land of milk and honey. Joe Biden, with the support of his Communist Finance Secretary Bernie Sanders, like in Cuba, Venezuela, North Korea, will turn our country into the land of thirst and desolation. I wrote that. I'm not a genius, but I'm just saying that I wrote it. There's something here I wanted to, okay, this message I'm going to leave it for last. Just like Joe Biden and all his staff is doing and lying to the nation in Cuba, communist regime, are filling their stomach, and hoarding all kinds of food and wealth while complaining about the U.S. embargo. These people, they have no shame. I mean, they're accusing conservative of doing what they are doing. The communists are hoarding, even here in the States. They're hoarding and they're gaining all kinds of riches. We had this lady, a column, I forget her whole name, leader of the Black Lives Matter, who bamboozled the African Americans here in the United States, making believe that she was going to help her fellow African Americans. She lied and deceived them. Now she has all this kind of wealth, and hey, she doesn't know anybody. As a matter of fact, from what I've heard, I don't know because I haven't seen it. Her staff is composed of white people, white butlers, people taking care of her property, her security, white. I'm not sure because I didn't see it. It's just things that I hear on these videos. So, we'll have to confirm that. I don't know how I'm going to do it because the security won't let nobody near her. I mean, one lady here, a conservative, whose name I forget, she's very brilliant in her analysis and speaking out. Try to get near her property and they wouldn't, and they stopped her. And then this lady who was the leader of Black Lives Matter, complained that they were persecuting her and she was suffering and they'll come up with all kinds of excuses to maybe have the other person who's a conservative and who's spilling out the lies and the deceiving of this ex-Black Lives Matter leader. They may arrest her because they'll lie and they'll do everything. They'll say, "Oh, I was hurt. Oh, I felt bad. My heart is failing me," and all kinds of crap. They'll invent all kinds of things, so that you, the conservative, will go to prison, and not them who deserve to be in prison. Let me see. Let me go back here because now, suddenly, in just seconds, I forget what I was going to say here in this one. Okay, just like in Joe Biden and all his staff is doing and lying to the nation, in Cuba, communist regime are filling the stomach and hoarding. Okay, they're hoarding and gaining all kinds of wealth, just like I just explained. While complaining about the U.S. embargo, okay, so I'm telling you, it's just terrible, against the island, while shipments coming from Port of Mariel in Miami, New Orleans, and Spain are bringing all kinds of goodies for the communists, while the population receives absolutely nothing. This information I received from Alex Otaola's video on YouTube. He's a great Cuban patriot who's denouncing the communists from right to left. He lives in Miami. And God bless him, because this guy is very, very patriotic, and he loves his people, and he wants freedom for his people. And while Biden is doing the same thing, he's doing exactly the same thing with his son, gaining all kinds of wealth, committing all kinds of acts of corruption. The guy is his son, a crack smoker, and receiving all kinds of benefits and making thousands of dollars with no expertise. A guy who was, I think he was booted out of the Navy under dishonorable discharge. And this guy, they're creeps. They're creeps, and they're criminals and murderers, and they want to destroy us. And they're doing exactly the same damn thing. I mean, there's nothing different from what the communists over there and the communists here. Well, they got Bernie Sanders, communist, in charge of finance, Secretary of Finance. Can you believe that? And he's putting people in positions who hate Israel, because I saw it this morning in a videotape where this lady, I got it out of jihadwatch.org, a great page. If you want to know about what's happening, all about Islam, the true meaning of this so-called religion of peace, that's a great source. Jihadwatch.org. Remember that, by Robert Spencer. He's great in his analysis. He's outspoken, and I've heard some videotapes of him being interviewed, and this guy is great. I mean, he'll say it the way it is, and what's happening, and what's really happening, and the determination of this Islam, which is to destroy Israel and destroy the United States, and impose a let me see how they call it, a worldwide caliphate. God, thank you, because I remember that. And it's going to happen. I hope it doesn't. I hope I'm wrong. But he's letting them in by the droves. I mean, crossing the border and putting them in position of responsibility in this administration. This guy is a criminal, evil criminal, who should be in prison. He should be in prison with all his staff and all his administration should be in prison. He's doing it on purpose. He's putting the most vile, criminal-minded, evil people on earth to control us. And he'll achieve it, because that's the purpose of these criminals. They won't administrate in our favor or for the good of the country. They'll do it to fill their pockets and be wealthier and wealthier beyond their wildest dreams, while the people get poorer and poorer. And it's going to happen, remember that. So, if it's possible, which I doubt it, that we can win back the nation, we can win back Donald Trump, and we can fix this, then we're going to have to fight to make sure Donald Trump, they won't cheat again, which they're going to do from right to left. They're going to do everything possible. These people are evil. They're evil monsters. Evil monsters in reality. Well, I'm going to go with the last words. Let me see if I had something else here. Well, there was more, but I try to make it short, and since today is Sunday. But this is a message that was sent by Carlos Luis Brito. He sent it to me. Carlos Luis Brito, I send you a salute, and God bless you always. I've known Carlos Brito for years, sending me messages, not personally, because I haven't met him personally, but I hope he watches this video, because this guy is a true patriot, and I know he loves his country, and I love it too, even though I'm not Cuban. I'm the son of uh, uh, pure mother and father who were born in Puerto Rico, but I was born in the United States. But I love the Cuban people, and I want them free, and I'm doing all I can in my part so they can be free again. I may not be the best of the producing videos, but I try. I'll try, and I'm gonna keep trying, no matter how bad my videos are, which I know they are. From the words, I'm on the bottom. He said here in a message, which he titled. Let me see what I forgot the name of the title. Let me see if I get it right here. Oh, okay. Our most grave problems are the following: not earthquakes, not plagues, not wars, not volcanoes, or nuclear attacks, but that God is speaking to us through the Bible, and we're not listening. Well, how true those words are. There are people intended, especially in Islam, who want to destroy Israel from the face of the earth. A nation which professes and embraces the true God of Israel, the true God of Christianity, where they truly practice peace upon earth and upon the people of this earth. People who produce for the good of mankind. And then these people come along 600 years later, their false prophet, Muhammad, comes and taken out of the book of the Bible from the Torah, starts recreating what we know today as their Quran, which has been altered in many ways to enforce terror upon people who they call unbelievers. Not love, because it doesn't show, I haven't read anything that talks about peace and love. No. He said, well, you see these unbelievers, strike them at the neck. It's all about killing and killing and killing. I don't believe in that way. I believe in the Christianity way. But it doesn't mean I don't believe in the will to protect ourselves. Because in the Bible also, and I'm going to repeat this because I already said it before, there's a quote that where Jesus asked his disciples, what do we have? I mean, what the disciples had. And they said, we had, they started telling him what they had. And they said, we had 2 swords. And he says, that's enough. He didn't say don't use it. Don't attack people with it if necessary. He said, that's enough. That's good enough. He let him know, hey, no problem. In those days, remember, there was a lot of highwaymen who were stealing and killing people to rob them. So that means we have the right to defend ourselves. Not to cross our arms or embrace these people and say, I love you, and then let them come over you with a knife and stab you to death or behead you. No, we have to do the same, use the same method. You're gonna come and try to kill me. You're gonna go see your virgin today. If it's a woman, you gotta go too, period. We have to do the same thing, get them out, and if they attack us, we need to attack, period. I hope we win the next election, 2024, which I pray, I hope. That's all I can do is hope. Because with the communists in power, because they are communists, even though they deny and saying that they defend the Constitution, they talk about the Constitution, just like the communists did in Cuba, or doing in Cuba with this guy from the Benin. Saying that there's freedom and they respect freedom and they respect the freedom of the people and this and that, all sorts of crap and lies, while they're attacking people and killing them Like I said yesterday in my video, suddenly my video, I'm here, just blanked out. I had to put in my code to come back again. But like I said, these people are evil. They're they're telling you that they love you and they're gonna work for you, and it's just that they're doing the contrary. Biden is doing all the contrary, raising the prices of gasoline to support Ukraine by sending them billions of dollars, turning our money into nothing, like they're saying in interviews. Uh, they're printing, just printing paper. You know, I hope it's not a lost cause. I hope God can get us out of this. But anyway, it's in the Bible, and if it does happen, we just pray that God comes as soon as possible and wipe this evil entities from the face of the earth and throw them, like the Bible says, into that will they be thrown into the 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 lake of fire. God bless you all. God bless our country. God bless everybody, all my friends, and like I always say, I stand with God and Israel eternally. And to all those who don't know, I got a couple of pages. Go to them. Like I'm on Gab, MeWe, Parler, Getter, Magabook, Free Talk 45, and WhatsApp. Go to these pages. Plus, I got 4 blogs. I pledge allegiance to the flag. I stand with God and Israel eternally. Cuba, Noticias Disidente, and Gloria al Bravo Pueblo, which is dedicated to Venezuela. So I'll see you soon. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be back. God bless you. Bye-bye.